Hi, welcome to grokonline.com. I'm Faninder Jagannam. This session is about ITIL Foundation Introduction. Let's start with what ITIL is about. ITIL provides the best practice guidelines to IT service management. Why ITIL? It provides the descriptive guidelines for an IT service management and very easy to adapt and focus on a high quality management approach and the standards. What's the primary goals for an ITIL? It provides the consistency best practice guidelines for an IT service and platform independent, common language and standardized vocabulary use, so very easy to be followed, flexible framework, so easily adaptable to different IT environments. ITIL, it's an information technology infrastructure library. It's primarily can be categorized into two different categories. One is in the service support and the other one is in a service deliverables. There we are going to talk in much deeper level in coming up slides and many coming up videos. ITIL service desk is one of a primary function in the ITIL. You would have a group of people, skilled resource as a point of contact for them business units. This is where everything would start and everything is being tracked. This is where the end user community calls to raise the incidents. When they find anything unusual in the system, this is the place, this is the point of contact where they would reach and raise the tickets and for the request for changes as well. At a very high level, service support can be categorized into two different areas. One is in capturing, the other one is releasing. There are different things which comes out in the service support, starting with an incident management. So this is where when end user community find any issue, they reach us to a service desk, raise the tickets. So this tickets would be handled by an incident management. So usually these tickets would have the different priorities based out of what could be the impact on the business. Based on that, they would have a certain priority would be assigned, whether it could be a high priority, medium priority, low priority. So initially these tickets would be handled by an incident management, but some root cause analysis would be required to permanently fix that root cause. So those you would need to have raise a problem ticket for that, and problem tickets are handled by a problem ticket management. Primarily tickets are raised for a root cause analysis to identify the root cause and fix that root cause, provide the solution to fix that root cause. Any changes which has to go into the production, it could be a hardware or it could be a software, it has to go from a change management process. There would be a team called as a change advisory board. It have a primary responsibility to identify the risk associated with the change and the priorities for the changes to move into the production. Release management is all about bundle the releases into the batches and ensuring the releases has been tested properly and distributed the releases to end user community once it got into the production. Configuration management is all about tracking the corporate assets which you wanted to track in the system. So usually whatever the items you wanted to track in your system, you would define them as configuration items. And there is something called as a configuration management database where you would make an entry of all the configuration items and the relation of one configuration item with the other configuration items. This is all handled by a configuration management. Service deliverables is all about delivering to a business organization. Starting with a service level agreements. Service level agreements, if you remember in the last slides, we were talking about the incident management and the problem ticket management tickets, where it would have the different level of priorities assigned based on high level, medium level and the low level. So every different priority would have a certain level of an agreement, service level agreement. That indicates like you would have a commitment of solving a specific priority ticket on a certain time frame. It could be in a 2 hours, it could be a 2 days, it could be a 5 days. So it all depends upon how you agree with your business. So there's a possibility that you have agreed with your business that if it is any high priority, you would resolve them in a 1 hour time frame. So how, before you commit these values to your business team, you have to do a lot analysis. You have to check your resource capabilities. You have to check your software and hardware capabilities to support the ticket, to analyze the tickets. You need to check like kind of the complex issues which could be encountered, and based on what could be the realistic values for your team to resolve those issues. So you have to really come up with some values which suits the business need and which also go in line with your organization capabilities. Availability management. If you are providing the service, ideally you want the service to be always available for the business, but it may not be realistically possible. So you would have an agreement within a business organization that you would have your services availability within a certain percent. It could be a 99%, it could be a 98%, it could be 99.5%. It all depends how you agree with your business, and this is all being taken care by an availability management. Business continuity management is all about preparing the plan at the disastery time. So one of a very good example is then a clustering process and maintaining the servers at the different locations. So you have, for natural calamities, if there is any impact on one specific location, you will have a servers maintained, and you have a certain other resources who are supporting the project, or servers from a different location. So there's no impact for the business community, though there's some disaster because of natural calamity or any other issues. Financial management is all about budget, provisioning, requisitions for the new hardware and the software. Anything which deals with a dollar amount which will be handled by a financial management. Capacity management, this is a practice which we does on a regular basis to check the capabilities, whether the hardware or the software or the resource, the capabilities, whatever it is required for currently to support the business, and forecasting for a certain time frame, maybe in a 1 year or maybe a 2 years or maybe a 5 years. There would be a regular practice which would be done. So forecasting certain period of a time and analyzing the hardware and the software, whatever it is required for a business team to support. So coming up with recommendations and providing action plans, so we can always have the sufficient hardware and the software to support the business. This is all been handled by a capacity management. If I put everything at one place, this is how it's going to look like. You would have the service desk as in a separate section. The reason I mentioned that as in a separate area where the business user community reaches the service desk to raise the tickets when they find anything unusual or any error or the problems. So those initially would be identified, handled by an incident management. If some root cause analysis which has to be done, then problem ticket would be raised, and problem tickets are handled by a problem management. Any changes which has to go into the productions would be handled by a change management, and the changes which has to go into the batches would be handled by a release management. Any changes, any corporate assets which has to be tracked, whether it's a software or a hardware, those are handled by a configuration management. This all falls under service support, and service level agreements are handled by a service level management. Availability management, business continuity management, financial management, capacity management, all falls in the service deliverables. Thanks for watching this video. Looking forward. See you in the next video. Thank you.